My grip on Onyx's reins tensed as I doubled over, fighting back the nausea and pain that had become a near-constant companion on this hellish escape. Sweat beaded against my forehead as the ache pulsed somewhere deeper than any physical wound could travel. Images flashed in my mind. Kade. My Kade. Crawling across the stone floor to get to me instead of paying attention to Thames materializing into this world. "I love you, Ileana," I whimpered, not from my own pain, but from imagining what Kade was going through. Strong hand wrapped around my own. But it wasn't the hand I wanted. Still, a now familiar heat flickered across my tight grip, urging it to loosen. I inhaled through my nose. Sharp, staccato sounds as I fought the torrent of emotions flooding me. Ones of pain, of frustration, of anger. My name is Ileana Dresden, the rightful queen of Brookmere, and I am stronger than the darkness threatening to overtake our world. I managed to inhale one steady breath, then another. The warmth traveled upward from my hand, dulling the pain enough to allow me to sit straighter. I glanced at the man beside me, who wore the same haunted emotion distorting all of our features. At first, Storm reassured me Kade would be all right. But after a day and a half of lending his strength, even his began to wane. I closed my eyes before pressing my knees into Kade's horse to urge him onward. A day and a half. That was all it had been since we escaped the palace at Mount Legion. Since Kade killed his father. Since I accidentally released Thames back into our world. Since Kade had been overtaken with the darkness. I rubbed my chest, despite knowing the aches were not something that could be magicked away. Only one thing would soothe this, and he wasn't here. I will not lose him. After being told mates hadn't existed in 1,000 years, I learned not only that they did, but that I had found mine, only to have him immediately ripped from my fingers. The bond connecting Kade and myself as mates stirred with a vengeance in my soul, reacting violently to my rage and demanding I return to his side. Wiping the sweat from my brow, I pushed past the jabbing pain in my chest, refusing to succumb to it, as we rode under the cover of night. All it would take was one misstep for me to give in and run back to Kade's side. Something else rumbled angrily, right alongside the gnawing pain.